Welcome, race fans, front row pit party. We got True Sim Productions here as we're getting ready for Front Row Esports, our Friday night race here tonight at Phoenix International Raceway. Tonight, I am joined by Tanner Marr, Kel Butler. We got Carl Lindstrom. We got Logan Lax and Jeremy Richmond up in the broadcast hall here tonight as we are going to be discussing some things about Phoenix. Talk about some strategies, the cars, how they're going to handle. Talk about some of our past race winners so far this season, some points as we're starting to get into the season. So sit back, hang on, hang out, and we're gonna hopefully have a good show for you tonight. And we're gonna kick this off, get it started. Tanner. Mm. It's the open, as we remember, we were just talking about this before we started the show, remembering the trouble that it caused in our finale last year at Phoenix in the Cup cars, and guys were spinning out down on the apron, and it can be tricky. And the other thing you got to consider is, yes, it's faster. It's always going to be faster, but it's hard to handle. And if you hit it just wrong, you're going to damage the underbody of that car. And what people might not realize, they might think, oh, it's not a big deal. If you damage the underbody of these race cars, it upsets how the car drives so much. It is pretty incredible. So you got to find that fine line to not damage it and still make it fast. Hmm. Oh yeah. Yep. It, it's, uh,
All right, well, we're going to try it again. Obviously, my unmute button did not work on my keyboard, so we are unmuted now. Phoenix tonight, as I look like a mime for the last little bit, talking with my hands and whatnot.
Didn't you do that last time?
I
too?
did. I did.
think he
I
did,
meant
yeah.
to change that button, and I didn't change it.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy,
have
though?
to-
It worked on Sunday.
We'll put a sticky note on your
Right,
forehead.
right. I can't believe I did that. We went a long time this time, though. I just look like a
Yeah.
mime over here just. All right, but
that's normal.
anyways, Phoenix International Raceway, the open dog leg. How scary is the open dog leg? Because you know the entire field is going to be trying it, and we've heard drivers talk about how they've been wrecking going down there to the open dog leg.
I think the scariest part is going to be starts and restarts.
Oh my goodness, you got 5,
Because-
6, 7 wide.
5, 6, 7 wide, and then you have drivers that are down there on the apron, right? And you're gonna have
They gotta
drivers
come
that are
back up
running.
sometime.
Yeah, so when they're coming up, if the drivers that are on the traditional racing line don't give them room, it's gonna be calamity going into turn one. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's what when I was muted. That's why I tried to hit a few of the points right then. I feel like I made a good statement, and then but nobody heard it. But trial and error. This is episode number 4, Pit Party. We are joined. You did mention. I heard him talk just a second ago. Mr. Bootler, Kel Butler, right there. He is up here with us. Kel, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Did it? Just doing pretty good. No
Just
sling on,
pretty
so
good.
we're getting
No
better,
sling on, but the arm still doesn't work real great. So,
right? Well.
with this being a trickier driving track, I will be sitting up in the booth tonight and not running.
You know, Scotty's racing one arm tonight. His shoulder, he had surgery too. He's racing with us tonight, but he thinks he can do it. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. I think after 175 laps, one-handed.
Yeah,
I mean,
He's gonna be sore.
doing the 100. What was it? The 125 laps at Vegas was pretty tiring.
right.
Yeah.
We're also joined by a returning guest here, Mr. Carl Lindstrom of the number 83. Carl, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm just running some practice laps right now.
Doing a little bit of practice for Phoenix tonight. What's your takeaways for the track car combo right now?
So I think it's like you guys said. I think the first 3 laps after the start or restart are going to be pretty sketchy going through the dog leg, especially if you start on the outside, because you can't always assume the guy on your inside is going to take the dog leg. So that puts you in a weird spot if you're starting on the outside. Another thing that's really difficult with this track, and a lot of people don't talk about it, is getting into your pit box on pit lane. If you qualify inside the top 10, you're pitting in the corner.
Right,
Your pit
around
box
the
is in
corner.
the corner, and it's hard to look out the left side of the window and try to find your pit box. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if somebody misses their pit box tonight.
Right. So, overall though, car hitting the dog leg's pretty sketchy. And then you never know what that guy to the outside is going to do for you. I mean, and then pit road. So I'm not. I'm looking forward to Phoenix still though. Right. Like I love this track. I love New Phoenix for whatever reason.
Yeah, I seem to run really good here. I'm a guy that doesn't abuse his tires too much.
Right.
So the longer runs usually play into my advantage. So I'm hoping we have some long runs tonight.
Right on. And we are also joined by Mr. Logan Lax. I can't remember. What number do you run, Logan? Number 25, right?
Yes.
Oh, whoa. He sounded all professional, deep voice then, guys. He hit us with a little switch. I wasn't prepared for that one. Whoa.
Yeah,
So, Logan.
I hit puberty halfway through.
Right. Logan, what's your thoughts going into tonight? You're fairly new in front row, correct? In the Cup
Yes.
cars, for sure, I know. What's your thoughts going into Phoenix tonight?
I definitely think for the start, I kind of just want to conserve my car. I know we only have 1 fast repair, and with these restarts, I definitely want to save it for later because I don't want to get caught up in an early wreck and then race scared the rest of the race.
Right.
I'd rather sit back the first 2 stages and be able to make a push in the final one since it's longer and I'll have more time. So that's kind of my game plan.
Right, that makes sense. Phoenix, I mean, with it being only a mile in length, we do keep talking about the dog leg. That's going to be a big portion of tonight's event is what happens with the dog leg. I think that creates a chance for the big ones to happen, right? So Logan taking the strategy of just riding around towards the back, kind of like a strategy you would see at super speedways, Daytona, Dega. I see that paying off. You might lose some stage points in the beginning of the race, but you may make it up on the back end of it. So I do like that strategy.
Yeah, it's a very similar strategy to what I ran at Daytona. At Daytona, I ran in the back until the last 2 or 3 restarts. And in the end, I ended up finishing 4th. I could have had a shot at maybe 2nd or 3rd.
Right. Nice.
But just got unlucky on exit of 4.
Right. And then we are also joined by Jeremy Richmond. He does not have his camera on. He don't have a cam to turn on. But Jeremy, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So last week was your first race ever with Front Row. Folks, we wasn't here for pit party last week. I went almost 3 days without power, so wasn't able to do it. But anyways, Jeremy, last week, your first race, how'd it go for you, and what's your thoughts currently about Front Row?
It's a good league as far as I can tell, you know, how it's ran and race control during the race. My race was going to go good, and then I ended up getting taken out by the leader when I was making a pass because he got loose. I saw him getting loose a lap before I was going to make the pass, and he just couldn't hang on to it coming off of 2, and I had to use my fast repair like pretty early on.
Dang.
And then after I took my fast repair, about midway through the first stage, I didn't pit until the end of stage 2, but I didn't pit. Actually, I ran out of fuel, ran myself out of fuel, and then ended up 2 laps down in the race. But I actually had a decent car, so looking to try to redeem myself today at Phoenix, but this track is ridiculous.
Right. I'm looking forward to Phoenix. I love the track. I do. Tom, going into to Phoenix now, I mean, you've heard Logan Lack say that he's going to try to chill out, right? Carl's talked about the dog leg. What's the ideal start and ideal race for the number 32 car tonight?
I mean, first thing is get in and turn laps because I haven't turned a single lap all week yet. So for me, it's get in and turn as many laps as I can in practice. Phoenix is one of those tracks that I have not been able to figure out in the next gen car.
Right.
All the other cars, no problem. It's the next gen car in Phoenix, just me and just don't seem to get along. But we're gonna work on it tonight. You know, we'll have about 2 hours here to get a set to feel okay and feel comfortable. And for me, I mean, if I can qualify, you know, top 15, I'm going to try to stay up there all race and get as many stage points as I can. And hopefully, if I can bring home a top 10, I'll consider that a win tonight.
Right. You mentioned stages right then. So the race length tonight for Phoenix is 175 laps. Stage 1 is at lap 40. Stage 2 is going to end at lap 90, and then you're going to have 85 lap shootout there to the end of the race. Top 5 in each stage gets points, right?
Correct. Top 5. Yep.
First place gets 5 or 10.
It is.
Kel Butler.
He is not here.
That is correct.
Oh, he is there. Where is he?
First place gets 5, and then second gets 4, third gets 3, fourth gets
Right
2,
on.
fifth place gets 1.
Right.
There
So stage points you could really. I mean, who don't want just free little bonus points throughout the race, right? You can.
Yeah.
They really can stack up and turn into, like Kyle Busch talked about, an insurance policy.
But
And the
that
other
stage
thing.
win gives you a bonus point in the playoffs.
Correct.
Bingo. And that's where the insurance policy comes through later in the season, right?
Yes.
And the other thing about bonus points, real quick, when we're talking about that, any driver who gets a 0x in any race in front row, which means no contact with any cars, any walls, whatever it is, a 0x, you get 5 bonus points. So, little incentive there to race clean.
You
so.
just won a stage, basically. You finish a race
Yeah.
clean, you just won a stage.
Exactly.
Those 5 points go a long way. Well, since I was unable to attend last week, let's talk about last week's race at Vegas. Was it?
Yes.
Chris Carroll, Brian Zimmerman walked away 1-2 with Chris Spencer finishing third. So how was last week's race? Any shenanigans that I missed?
I honestly don't know because I wasn't here for last week. Last week.
Get out of here, Tom. Kale, was you here last week? Oh,
Yes, I was.
he's there, but not really there. He is there. Honey, I'm home now. There he is. Kale, any shenanigans, anything go down last week?
There were a couple little incidents, but they were all handled pretty quick.
Just racing deal stuff? Just
racing deals.
right.
Vegas is a tricky track.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
pretty rough, and it'll chew up your tires. And after a while, you can't turn the corners.
Right.
Yeah.
We did a truck race last night, right? At
Yep.
Old Atlanta. I knew Old Atlanta was tough on tires. I didn't know it was that tough on tires last night.
It is a really rough track.
That blew me away.
Did I hear at one point someone on your team had 30% left on their right front?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't like a random occurrence either. That was 2 of us at the end of the race, or at the end of the run. 30%. Yeah.
So that's crazy considering a fuel run was about 35 laps last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you were taking tires every fuel run.
Yep.
Absolutely insane. Going into Phoenix tonight, do you think tires are going to play into the strategy of tonight, or anybody in here?
Most definitely.
You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so getting into 3, you can definitely overcook it. Just both corners, really. You can get in. It's so enticing to drive deep into the corner, but you wash up. Just kind of backing the corners up will save your tires. So you're going to see comers and goers tonight for sure. You're going to see guys that are going to charge up. You're going to also see guys that are just kind of taking it easy, and then they're going to start coming back deeper into a run. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Right on.
So being we have you, we're talking to you right now. What are your thoughts on tonight? Kind of what's your strategy going into tonight?
Honestly, it's just gonna try to be just kind of run where I'm at. Maybe give up a little bit on the start.
Okay.
Try to conserve. Not hitting the dog leg is probably my strategy. Not going. So when I say cutting the dog leg, I mean cutting the white. There's a white line under the yellow line
Right,
in the
right.
dog leg.
Yep.
So like I'll cut the yellow and go in between the yellow and the white line
Right.
on the dog leg, but I'm not gonna cut below that during a race run because the longer you run, your car's gonna get loose in the dog leg, so you're gonna not even be full throttle toward the end of a run in the dog leg. That's what a lot of people don't understand. There was people wrecking in officials this week just on or in the NIS on the dog leg after a long run, just getting loose. So I'm just gonna be trying to manage my stuff and see how the race plays out.
I mean, it makes sense. It does make sense. Yeah, when I say cutting dog, that's kind of what I mean. I think that's what we'll be doing tonight. I don't think with a next gen car, I don't think you can venture all the way down next to that pit wall like we do in other cars.
Oh my gosh, I did that in the NIS on a restart. So I had a chance at a top 3 in the NIS earlier this
Right.
week on Wednesday, and one to go. I was getting a run, and I cut it way too early, and was gonna drive by the pit wall. And as soon as I hit that that banking there, or the decrease in banking onto the apron,
Right.
it just got loose, and I slammed on the brakes to try to keep it from going back up into the track and just flipped down the entire front stretch.
Wow.
So it's definitely not something you're going to want to do. And another point about the dog leg is you can't really it's going to be difficult because even if you're on the inside line, like some people just expect you to on a restart to just cut the dog leg, and some
Right,
people
right.
don't. So like they could probably cause a wreck by trying to you know,
Yep.
cut that dog leg from the top lane. So that's going to be a focal point. I
That'll
bet
be
tonight.
emphasized in the driver's meeting. If I had to guess, I'm sure Tom will mention something like that, saying just because the guy's down there, I mean he has to go down there, right?
Exactly.
we
And
we
the
used
thing
the rule
is,
last year. We implemented that on the initial start, drivers were not allowed to cut the dog leg before the start-finish line,
Yes.
and we'll probably use that again. These
yeah, that I
restarts,
mean that
though,
sounds
are
like a
pretty
smart
much
idea.
open season.
Yeah.
So I know in one of the NISs I did, there was a lot of like really strong iRating guys in there, and they were just like, normally people just follow the leaders. So like if the leaders, like if the guy that starts in second on the second row on the top or whatever, the second place, like if he stays on the track, that top row will basically follow them. And if the guy on the bottom cuts it a little bit, like pretty much everybody just does what they do, but that never works out. I mean, you're going to have guys that are trying to make some hay on the restart because it's really hard to pass here too.
Yep.
Like that's another thing. You can save and save and save and save, and it's really difficult to get around somebody.
I've always said you can be almost a tenth of the faster per lap than the guy in front of you, and until he makes a mistake, you really can't pass him. I mean,
Yeah,
it'll be a lot of follow the leader at Phoenix until mistakes happen.
Exactly. I mean, this track, if any track in iRacing or in real life, like catching the leader and passing them is two completely different things.
Different ball games. Different ball games. Logan, you've been fairly quiet here. What's your thoughts? What would be a good night for the 25 car for you to when you walk away tonight?
I definitely think one of the goals is to keep the car clean. I think if I'm
Alright,
gonna
Logan's
start, I'd
camera won't
rather
work.
start on the outside.
There he is. So you run it by me again. Sorry.
I definitely think the goal for tonight is to keep the car clean. So hopefully we can start. I'm actually kind of hoping to start on the outside on the restarts. That way I can stay high and not worry about a bunch of people kind of cutting below and coming
Right.
back up into me if I stay onto the track. And so that's kind of my game plan, is to just try and keep the car as clean as possible. So I'm not quite sure what everyone else is going to do on the restarts. I don't know. I can't read everyone else's mind, but my hope is to just kind of keep away. If I can stay on someone who I know is fast and just follow them as they make moves, that would definitely help. But the question is just if, you can make that move under, you can make that move over, It really depends on what line they're running, how they're running it. So
Right on. Folks, I
Yeah.
apologize for his camera. It looked like he was freezing. I don't know if that's on our end or his end, but I was trying to work around it right there. But I agree. Carl, Mr. Lindstrom,
Yes,
you're
sir.
normally not very aggressive on restarts. I like restarting around you because you're kind of, we think a lot like I think, right? Like, we'll pass those guys a little bit later. Let's just kind of chill in right here. Don't put ourselves in a dumb spot. But I mean, like Jeremy hit on, Logan hit on it. It's hard to pass here. How are you attacking restarts tonight?
I'll probably attack it like I have in the past, and that's cautious on the restarts. I'm not gonna race. I'm not gonna race anybody too hard on the restarts, and I'll give them a lane if I feel like they're trying to press the issue.
Right.
It's not worth fighting for position that much at the beginning of the restarts or the start. It's going to be a long race, and my thought is that I'll hope that we get some green flag runs, and I'll catch them back up and on the long run.
Right on. As I just clicked over here real quick to see what time the session went live. We got time about
Got about 14 minutes till the session goes live.
14 minutes, and then Samuel Baumgartner up in True Sim Productions booth will be going live. When's our green flag?
Green flag is 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern. Before we skedazzle on out of here, I am going to get everybody's picks, but I do want to pull up our top 5 after the first 3 races. You currently got Chris Carroll with 125 total points. Raymond Herdina, 105 points. Jess Vaught with 95. Adam Thompson, Brian Zimmerman, that's 4th and 5th right now. There's only 4 points separating 4th and 5th place. There's only 6 points separating 5th through 3rd. So the points battle is heating up. Tom, how many races are in the schedule for us? Like to claim
We
a
have
champion this time?
we have 29 races, if I'm not mistaken, this season total. So
29 races to claim a champion.
Yep.
So after the first 3, there's your top 5 as they stand right now. I know a few people have missed some races with it being earlier in the season. Me being one of them. Logan, I know last week missed one. So hopefully we can, as we keep bringing these to y'all every Friday night at about 5:30 Central Time. Hopefully you can start to see Tanner Marr or Tom Fridas, one of our names, start popping up that list in the top 5.
it would be nice. I
Right.
would definitely agree, 100%. Yeah.
Speaking of which, Tom, what place are you in right now in the point standings?
I'm 24th in points currently.
24th. Do you know what spot I am? Can you look? So I missed last week's race. Can you pull it up and see what spot I'm in?
I can look and see what spot you're in. Yeah.
I would have to imagine I'm worse than that, right?
I don't.
Oh no, you weren't here last Friday either, though, were you?
I wasn't here last Friday.
Okay, so
either, no.
we may be in about the same boat then.
There's a
Tanner,
very good
21st place.
Ha! Beating you by 3 spots, baby. Yes.
Oh man.
You loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tanner, I'm beating you by 4.
Hey, shut up, Logan. Nobody pulled your string.
Wow. Aggressive now, are we, Tanner?
But so we've talked about Phoenix. We've talked about last week's winners. I think we've hit on just about everything in the notes. So we're going to end it now with our pit party pick'em for tonight. We're supposed to keep track of these, but it's hard when we have reoccurring guests and new guests come in, right? So
Yeah.
I think I am going to try to start keeping track of mine and yours, Tom. So like whoever you pick versus
Yeah.
whoever I pick, and then whoever finishes the best gets the point that week, right? We may not always pick the winner,
you
but
go.
just do
Colin-
best finisher.
Cal and Carl usually join us too, so
Right. Okay.
uh,
So let's see who wants to start it out. Just whoever webcam I click on. Dun dun
Click on,
dun.
Cal.
Who's your pick for tonight,
Who's
Kel?
my pick? Well, if he shows up tonight, and I hope he does, I'm going to put my money on Spencer, Christopher Spencer.
Chris Spencer. He was wicked fast in the trucks.
He
Man, oh,
did
man.
really hot. And he just ran away last night. at
Ran
that
away
old
and
Atlanta
hid.
race.
Ran away
Yeah.
and hid.
And
I
He
think
really
he won that
enjoys
race with a
Phoenix,
9-second
too.
lead.
Yikes!
Yep.
So Chris Spencer, that's gonna be a hard one. That's a hard one to top. And also, for the ones that are going to be reoccurring in this, the ones we're keeping track of, you cannot double pick. So Kel going first actually is good because he gets to be the first pick, right? He got the first round draft pick. So let's see. We'll go Lindstrom next.
Well, I think this track's gonna need somebody who's been racing for a while and is a good clean racer. And I've been keeping my eye on him for since I started racing with him. It seems like this season, and that's gonna be Chris Carroll. Chris usually keeps his cars clean, and he has something there at the end. So if he shows up tonight, that's who I think might have a chance tonight.
That's a teammate of mine. I hope so, because we'll be in the same sets. I'm hoping we figure something out. None of us have turned a single lap yet, so we don't know what to expect. But hopefully your pick does good, because that means I'm pretty good. We're gonna be in a similar setup at least. Frito Lay, Tullibo Tom, who is your pick for Phoenix?
Being Kel stole my pick.
I haven't even thought
I
of
knew it
one
was-
yet, so don't feel bad. I'm just
Oh,
listening
well.
to y'all.
Okay, I see how it goes.
I do have one too. I got one.
I am. I think I'm gonna have to go with Nicholas Lamb tonight if he shows up.
Nick Lamb. Okay, that's
Nick
a good
Lamb.
pick. Which I know there's a Lamb that drives a 10.
Yeah.
And then, is that Nick?
drives the 5?
The
He drives
five.
five.
The 5. The
The
5.
five
That's right.
car. Yep.
It's
Yep.
a good pick.
Yep.
So just to run down for our pick, Carl picked Carroll. Kel picked Chris Spencer. So 2
Yep.
Chris's. You pick Nick. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go Johnson, I guess. Stephen T.
Stephen T, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's all
It's
names
a
that they're pretty
safe
big
bet.
name. I mean,
Safe bet.
right. You put Tom with a sneeze. Let's say God bless you to him. That was a big one, huh?
That
was
hurt a little bit.
I
yeah.
kind of wish you didn't unmute the mic right then, because we could have
Yeah.
heard that one.
Yeah.
Logan and Rich, I know y'all both are two fairly new. Logan, who's your pick going into tonight?
Well, like Tom, Kel stole my pick, so I would go myself, but that would be unrealistic.
Oh,
I'm
my
not
goodness
quite
gracious.
sure. I definitely would have to go. Maybe Wellman.
Well, he's not racing tonight, so
All right, well then I lied.
I don't know if
I'll
he'll
go
ever
Wellman.
race again with us actually on Friday nights. But
Oh,
keep going.
yeah. I
Bad
definitely
guess,
think it'll
bad
be one of the
guess.
5 Kings guys.
yes.
Tanner's like, finally.
Finally, Jeremy Richmond. I know you're new here, right? So you don't really know a lot of the people. Throw out a
I'm
name.
actually, as of this week, I'm actually teammates with Adam Thompson. So
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
a good
gonna go ahead and go
Oh,
with
that's right, he's
Adam.
fast.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Everybody that got picked are
How
fast.
how dare none of y'all pick me after how good I ran last week before I ran out of gas?
That's
Hey, I
shade,
didn't
huh?
see it, so
I didn't.
No, you're
either.
good.
I was in the
I'm
dark.
gonna go. I'm gonna go with Adam Thompson.
Right on. Good pick. Good pick.
Solid pick.
I was in the
Good
dark
pick,
last
yeah.
week. I wish I was here. I really do, but
Mhm.
sadly,
One,
Mother
two-
Nature.
1-2 for Adam Thompson and me.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Mm,
No,
I'll take
it's not
second
gonna-
if you don't want it, Jeremy.
I'm gonna have to not run out of gas. Would be
Right.
good.
Right.
That would be key. Not running out of fuel. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Well-
a little bit important.
Kind of hard not to run out of fuel now because to run
know
out
what?
of fuel because the auto fuel
Right.
now.
Oh yeah, it
If
is.
you run out of fuel, then
I felt
I-
bad for
I don't know
Bucky's
what to
last
say.
week too. I had Bucky's on the car gas station.
Man, oh
Ran
man,
out
you
of
let him
gas.
down. You let him
Yeah, I
down.
did.
Oh,
Yep.
I
So
just
Tom-
need to not flip over.
Right. I just need to finish one of these races.
Exactly. That's my goal tonight. Let's
Yeah, I
just
think
As
I
long as I
don't.
don't have an
I
auto
hope.
club, I'm good.
I mean, last week's race was really good. I just with the dog leg, I think there's gonna be a lot of cautions. I think if you can dodge wrecks tonight, you're gonna be good.
I think
Yeah.
if we're just putting a prediction down for the race, I think the race may start off a little messy, but I
Yeah.
think after stage 1, I think it's going to clean up and everybody's going to start getting spread out. Now I could be totally wrong, right? But
That's how it's gone years past, though. It's been
right,
that way.
right. That's just you're gonna
I would definitely agree.
fill everybody out the first 20, 30 laps. That does sound like a lot, I know, but at a mile track, you click those off pretty quick. Even when you pace after 5 laps, right? I mean, you'll pick that first stage off pretty quick.
Yeah, get some of the guys that use their fast repairs, get some of the car numbers down, and
Yeah,
get a long
like a
run in.
32 car. Hopefully he's a fast repair down by the end of stage 1.
Oh my God.
Hope.
Tanner's really rooting for the owner here.
Hopefully
Yeah.
I'm not getting wrecked out in stage 1, going for the lead.
Yeah,
Who
See,
did
Tanner
that?
I'm
Just-
not going for the lead.
Tanner
did
just
that?
still owes me for Nashville like 2 years ago. So, you know,
It's payback
Yeah.
time, Tom.
it
He's not
eventually
lying.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna
He's
happen.
telling the truth.
One day. Just watch
Yeah.
back, Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had this has been probably the worst start to a season I've had. So
Me too. Me too.
Daytona, I was running in, I think somewhere right around there.
You're doing good.
Yeah, the last lap, and got pinched in the tri-oval on the last lap, and ended up finishing I think 10th, and then we went to Auto Club. An Auto Club, I had got caught up in a wreck. And had to use a fast repair early, dropped all the way back, made
when
it
what
just
happened to
back into the top 10, like 9th, and then got wrecked again.
Wow.
And that pretty much ruined my race. And then last week, I won stage 1, finished stage 2 second, and was getting ready, after stage 2, was getting ready to take 3rd back, and was marching towards the front, and got hooked coming off of 2, and ruined my race there. So it's been a rough
So
start.
who
I
hooked
felt
you?
bad for you there, man. Golly.
Oh, who was I? Was that you, Logan? I think that might have been Logan.
Oh,
Logan, was that you? Logan, was that
What's
you
up?
who hooked
Did
me
you
last week?
hook Carl last week?
I wasn't here last week.
Oh, who was it?
Dang,
I
we all
said
got
that-
so
yeah, I
excited.
forgot
We was
Logan.
all
I
just
can't
ready to point
remember.
the fingers
I
at
was
Logan,
excited.
dude.
I'm thinking, yes, we
Holy
got beef
man,
in the
that's-
three-way
yeah.
show.
Oh no!
All
no,
I
no,
got back, I get back and I heard Logan. Did you turn me? And I'm like, huh?
no, it was Schomburg.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
JR.
They are.
So
Yeah.
are you gonna remember that? Remember that tonight or?
I don't drive. I'm upset for the first 3 minutes, and it's a good
What
thing
would
we
the-
have.
what
some
would that
cool
guy
down time
behind
in
you?
the pit.
What would that guy behind you say though, with the number 3 on the side of his car? What would he do?
Oh, I think there would be some payback.
Right,
They run
right.
him over.
There you go. I gotta say,
Who's the 69?
that's Ronnie Morrison.
Ronnie Morrison.
Ronnie Morrison,
All
is
right.
the 69 car. I gotta say, Carl is
Oh, time
probably.
out. I'm gonna guess Richmond, the 69, is the one that may have turned you last week. Is that what you asked that?
Yeah, but
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I wasn't asking it for retaliation.
No. You just
Ah.
right. You just
It's
Yeah,
not-
just
it's
clarifying
Ready
to
for
us.
it later.
I was-
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
You know,
just trying
he needs to be ready.
learn
I'm gonna be
it.
getting
Yeah, I
a
wouldn't-
text message any minute now.
I wouldn't let that one escape us, right? I had to make sure we highlighted what was said right then. I helped Sam with TSP, right? So we like the beef aspect of it, right? It makes it interesting for the viewers, that's for sure.
It
No,
does.
he
I like watching it.
apologized
I don't like
after.
being a part of it.
You can't do nothing when somebody apologizes.
No, right.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
I
mean,
know there was auto
I don't
club,
know.
Tanner.
Don't look at my end. Don't look at my end car if we end up getting in a wreck tonight.
Well, okay,
no.
so now we really know what's
Oops.
gonna happen. All right.
Oops.
Well,
folks-
steering wheel fell off. No.
Practice is getting ready to get up and at it for our drivers. We have been here for what, Tom? 30, 35, 40 minutes, something like that.
About 35
About
minutes.
40.
So.
It's been a good one. Just sit here. Today was a little bit less structured than normal. Just kind of sit up here and shot the crap. We'll call it a little bit.
Yeah.
Missed last week again. That was no wrongdoing of Tom, Kale, Carl, all returning guests. It was me. I didn't have power, so I do apologize for that. It sounds like Tom and Logan both missed the races last week, so three of us missed last week. So glad to be back tonight. Glad to be back at a short track, 1 mile in length, Phoenix, 175 laps around Phoenix on True Sim Productions. Going live when, Tom?
The qualifying will be starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I assume Sam usually goes live about 8:30 Eastern.
All right. So you got about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, give or take. And Sam will be live. Remember, over on the YouTube channel, we need those thumbs up buttons. They help us out a ton. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Hit that sub button. We are live on YouTube right now. We're live on Facebook right now. If you're on Facebook, share this out. It gives us a spiderweb effect. I promise you. Somebody who's never even heard of True Sim Productions could possibly see True Sim Productions because you liked and shared it.
Yep.
So thank you for that. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Kel, for putting up with us, giving us a place to race every single week. It's been myself, Tanner Marr. We had a who's who of guests with us, but then we also had Toilet Bow Tom. Toilet Bow Tom, sign off, and till next time, we'll see him. Sign
Thanks for
off.
having us.
Wait for you, Tom. Sign us off.
Again, thank you all for coming out tonight. We appreciate it. As we get ready here for Front of Esports Kickoff Phoenix, you all have a good night, and we'll catch you next Friday night.
Later. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all next time. We'll see you.